Well, hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for choosing to hang out with us here today as we're making some art on a midweek stream here. Yeah, so I'm gonna move the camera a little bit, Christina. There we go. There. So just the back of your head is, so if you rotate.
I can't rotate.
No.
This is the
Okay. Well, I'll have to just go like that. There we go. Well, hi everybody. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well today. We are continuing the commission work of our D&D characters, and I'm gonna get right into this. We have our glorious bard here today, which is really fun. And so I'm going to bring down in my sketch here in opacity so that we can start So run a new layer here. We're going to call this a line layer. And we're just going to kind of refine our lines. Hey Vanessa, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. What's happening? What do you got going on today? Doing well. Excited to get going on this commission here. We've got just a lot to get done, actually. And I'm excited to make it happen. This whole series of characters has been super fun to work on, and it's just been a really fun project. It's a sunny day today. Good. I would love for it to be sunny and warm. For sure. Hey, hello. So if you're on Facebook, I actually can't see where you are. So you see the name of the person because of the Facebook restrictions we're experiencing right now. So I'm going to head over to get rid of that. What you got to do is you got to actually go to this site right here, this chat.restream.io/Facebook, and then just click this button right here, and that will allow you allow me to see your name. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Kent, how you doing? Sure. Hey, welcome. Yeah, you can totally catch the Monday streams. I've still trying to sort out what my schedule's going to look like. I mean, it'd be nice to have a proper schedule. But until some important things are sorted out, I'm not able to do that right now. So thanks for everybody's patience as I kind of seemingly go back and forth as to what I'm going to do here regarding the streams. But the streams, as much as I love them, can only be a part of what I'm doing, obviously. Hey, Bo, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you on again. All the way from South Korea. Vanessa asks if it's cold here. And yes, it is cold here. Yeah, it is it's a bit chilly. Right now, it is above 0, which is helpful, and I take as a win. Whenever it's above 0, we kind of celebrate at this time of year. I don't pretend, like a lot of my fellow Minnesotans, that it isn't in any way warm. But yeah. A lot of my it's funny, a lot of Minnesotans kind of end up doing a lot what like kids do. You know how kids are like, I'm not cold, I'm not tired, it's not cold, you know, that kind of stuff. Minnesotans, like grown adults, do that here. Which is always fun. But in a day that's above 0, I'll take it. Bo says just woke up at 1 a.m. and only had a few hours of sleep. So, all right, you're welcome to hang out for sure. David says it's cold. Yes, it is cold. Thank you for being honest with yourself and the rest of the world. All right, so what we're working on here today, and because these characters we're always having kind of different kinds of armor and outfits. And so today is actually going to be a padded armor, a padded leather armor, or studded. And these studs provided extra reinforcement to the wearer, but allow the mobility of leather armor as opposed to something like plate. But the studs in the armor kind of reinforce it a bit. And we do get some fun opportunities to draw a loot today. At least in my memory, this will be the first loot. Bo says, I already can't wait to be done with work, and I don't start for another 4.5 hours. Oh boy, I'm so sorry. That's a hard place to be, where you're ready to be done for work and it hasn't started yet, for sure. So I'm trying to do some of these in large. You'll see that sometimes I'll come in and make multiple strokes, and then other times I'll come in with just one stroke. So for example, this part of his hat, I did in a single stroke, and that's because I wanted a specific gesture. And you've ever seen like the video of, for example, like a Disney animator? They're always using their arms, and that helps get those nice fluid lines that they have. And so I try to use my arm when I can as well. Just hoping everyone there is there so we can break down and clean faster. What do you do for work? Oh, elementary school cafe worker. Right on. right, so you can see this loot is still pretty loose. So I'm gonna make sure that I bring up my. I did have some loot reference here. And what did I do with my loot reference? Today I was thinking about a better way of grasping and holding on to and organizing my reference. I've started thinking about, well, what if I actually put together reference, like my own reference that I've had, and store it so that I need a loot, boom, there's my loot, the loot that I like, you know. Bo says I work from 9 a.m. to about 2 to 2:30. It's not long, but the kids can take a lot out of you, and I get mean when I'm tired. So a cup of coffee already. I'll have a double up later. Well, best wishes. A little bit wider. One of the things I do like about drawing medieval times is the use of bracers. I kind of wish we could wear bracers. Like I could just wear it to the grocery store and people wouldn't want me removed. Edgar says, I like it. Welcome. Hey, thanks a lot. This is where the undo button is really helpful. Just to get just the... You're watching from Bangladesh. Wow, fantastic. I don't know if I've had anybody on from Bangladesh yet.
That's cool.
Welcome, welcome to you. Good to have you here. It's pretty wild. What are you working on today? Bring my background down just a tiny bit more. Oh, hey, Daryl. Daryl, what's happening? What's Daryl got going on today? Dave said, I think you were drawing medieval Nicholas with facial hair. Yes. And bracers. Kent is working on Easter type designs for invites and promotions and stuff for church. So Kent is a graphic designer, graphic artist for a church, and he's got some great work. If you're on Behance, make sure to check out his profile. Just click his icon there. And Daryl says, I'm studying gesture poses. Nice. Are you doing some sketches right now? See you, Bo. Bo's going to lurk now. Lurk mode. Happy lurking. Kent doesn't have much on his profile. Well, Kent, you need to fix that. Actually, I understand. I was just thinking the other day that I really need to get my profile updated as well. It's on my list of things to do, and I've yet to make it happen. I have a few projects on there, but not too many. So Kana says, what am I doing now? I am working on a commission project of some D&D characters. The client has a group of people they D&D with, and I get like the opportunity to paint them, which is really fun. Kind of bring them all to life here. I was watching the Robin Hood the other day. Just had it going kind of in the background from the Disney. Well, we had watched the infamous Disney cartoon animation with Robin Hood as a fox. But we're watching that, but then I also watched an older one. It's like from the 50s, like 52 or something like that. And they had a great minstrel. So kind of asks, how much time does it take you to draw? Really depends on the project, and really depends on, the character. I'm trying to do each of these characters in a few hours. It's not happening that way, but we'll see. When it comes to how long pieces take, there is a tremendous amount of variability in how complex each piece is going to be. How many characters? How well do I know the subject matter? Kind of thing. because, for example, a lot of, even though I love drawing fantasy, there's things I have not drawn before, and it just takes a little bit more time to render those. If you have the mental bank of things in your head, it just goes a lot faster. So Robert asks if I recommend drawing standing. Oh, hey Eduardo, welcome, good to have you. So the reason I do like standing, I think it's actually nice, kind of freeing, kind of move around a little bit. For myself, I have decided that for the most part I have lost the privilege of sitting, because I slouch, rounded shoulders and head forward, which has caused me lots and lots of problems for my physical health. And so after years of showing that I'm not able to sit properly, I have lost the privilege. So that's why I'm standing. So here I drew the instrument through the hand, and that's because I wanted to make sure that I had it properly before I come in and actually render the hand. So what we're going to do a little trick for this once I get the siding, the ornamentation on this lute sorted. Charles says the intro to Disney Robin Hood is my favorite little whistling tune ever. You know, it's funny you'd say that, because I totally agree with you. I actually introduced that to my daughter and she loves it. And she's been playing, I don't remember if you remember from this would have been like late 90s. They made the hamster dance with that. The hamster dance, like really sped up really fast. And I'll come in and she'll have that going. So it's pretty funny. But yes, I do recommend standing, or at least having a combination. This desk that we're on, I can move it up and down electronically. Watch this. Goodbye. And then you go up and down, up and down. So yeah, it is pretty nerdy, isn't it? My wife just called me a nerd. And that's so that I can really easily sit if I need to. Because one of the things about drawing desks or standing desks is that if you are committed to the stand, you're going to less likely be able to keep going. If you can only stand, it's going to be easier just to sit down. And I've talked to quite a few people over the years who've tried to make the standing desk work, only to find out that it was really, really hard, but it had more to do with the fact that they just didn't have an option. So if you've ever watched The Office, Dwight does a standing desk, and he's trying to prove something to somebody else. And if you're trying to do that, then it's never going to work either. Yeah, the Rooster Bard is probably the most iconic bard in my mind. All right, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to bring down this line a little bit. I'm going to start just a general sketch of the other hand here. bum, bum. If you hold down control, you can kind of change the way that that transform tool works. So, all right, so now we've got his arm there. I'm going to do a quick thing just so you can see it a little bit easier. Is I'm going to go ahead and bring that arm, that one down. And I know this looks a little bit strange, but I just wanted you to be able to see a little bit better. Now, when we're doing the arm or the hand like this, it is important to try to keep the fingers as basic shapes. The hand, I mean, drawing a hand, I mean, any of you who have embarked upon the artistic journey and have dealt with trying to draw hands, realize that it is a terribly delicate thing to do. It's almost, it's as busy really as drawing a whole body. There's as much going on in a hand. I mean, that's why you've probably experienced it yourself, or you've seen somebody younger who in their artistic career who, why is that hand behind their body? Well, that's because it was hard to draw. All right, so I'm going to bring this back up. Boom. Put the lines in there. Bring things back. And then I'll show you the trick of what we're going to do to get this all to work. Okay. And so what we're going to do, we're going to bring our lines back up, but I'm going to put a mask on my original one, the one that has the lute. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw out any of the area, mask out the area that is covered by the lute. Okay. Or that's covering the lute. And then, so what that does is that brings that forward. And so at any moment I can go back, and if we wanted to move his hand, we still have the lute there, which is really nice. Eventually later on, that it will be covered. I mean, it'll all be, kind of put back and flattened. But for now, we're going to leave it separated. Vanessa, you thought it was a what? How do you even say that? Oud is a music instrument. Oh. Oh, really? That's cool. No, not today. We are rocking a lute. Right. We're at it now. We're at over the 30-minute mark, so we're going to do our stretches. If you are working, get your stretches going. Just gentle stretches. Don't overdo it. I'm prone to over stretching.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yes. Even my wife is stretching right now. Yeah. This one's really good too. Just kind of get those shoulders back. Been at your computer. You've been at your computer. This one back. Get those shoulders back. I'll step away just for 1 minute and a minute or two, and I'll be right back. All right, now I'm back. Welcome. Hope you got yourself a refreshment of some sort. I'm gonna lock this layer, this hand, so I don't accidentally tap it. So for some reason, I thought it'd be really fun to give this character like a hand little flute as well. So we're gonna do that. number of years ago, I got the opportunity to try out some actual fencing. In the community ed class. It was really, really, really fun. It was hard. Kent says, "Does the pan flute come apart, recombined for a form of a blowgun for darts?" That's actually really funny. I like that. It's ingenious. Honestly, how many times can I get it wrong? Do you want him to have spindly legs? My goal is to get the drawing and the flats done of this piece here today so that we can move on to coloring on it tomorrow, which I may end up actually, depending on how well things go, I may end up just streaming that as well. So we'll see. All right. I'm also going to add separately, and this will become apparent later, but I'm actually going to add separately this feather. I'll hopefully be able to explain why later. Okay. I just want that isolated away from the hat, and then I can kind of come in and do some other stuff. All right, so time for flats, everybody. Ready for some flats here? All right. Oh, we didn't. One of the things I don't like about Photoshop is that it's really, really hard to draw straight lines that are not like, so for example, for his sheath here, I am going to want a straight line, but you know, the nature of Photoshop makes it really, really tough to do. So actually, I'm going to come back and do that with a shape later. So we're not going to worry about the sheath. The only problem is we can't forget it. Okay, so doing flats, time to use our flats here. The flats are a little bit mindless. And it drives me nuts every time I'm trying to do a flat. And my brush gets reset, which is just so annoying. Well, thank you guys. Jeremiah, Christina, Facebook group. Thanks for popping in. Hope you guys are having a good middle part of your day here.
I am.
All right, time for a little bit of flats. I actually have a trick. I don't have to use a bigger brush for this. I have a new trick. We figured out how to properly fill. So I don't want to use a bigger brush for this. I want to be precise on my edges. Or a piece like this. So I'm just pressing R on my keyboard to get the rotation ability. If you hold shift, it does it in increments. So it's always easy to get back to your starting position. However, it's not going to be as nice and fluid as in Procreate. The issue, so, okay, when it comes to drawing a straight line, let me just put a new layer here. So if I want to draw a straight line, I have to hold shift, right? And it does a straight line, but it does it in 90 degrees or 45. So I can do like that. I can do up and down like that. But let's say, you know, I want to have a piece, you know, that's like this. Well, it's not totally up and down. It's not at 45. And so I can't, like in Procreate, you would make the stroke and then hold it, and it becomes a complete line, and then you can do whatever angle you want. And so without that ability, it makes it very, very difficult to do straight lines. I did used to have a plugin that would help me do it. It's a little bit clumsy, but you can use the line tool, and there's other things, but I'm using a brush, and the line tool doesn't really help me right now. So it's one of the ongoing frustration things about drawing in Photoshop, painting in Photoshop. There's parts about it that I really like, and there's elements that are just terribly frustrating. It's like, why, you know, why can't we have that? All right, so Kent is saying we left click the brush at the start point, okay? Then hold down shift. Well, I don't have a left click. I'd have to map that to one of my buttons, right? I suppose I could do it just with the right. No, but the shift is going to do it. It's going to do it in a line. So then the problem is, then I mean, I can do it that way, but then I have to rotate my line to get it in, which is not what I want to do. I want to be able to just draw it at that angle. Does that make sense? Like if I'm holding shift, if I click and hold down left mouse button, then hold down shift, I can't go up to the sword. It's going to go straight over. So am I missing something? Because that's what I've always run into. And then you end up kind of having to like rotate things around, and it's just really, really clumsy. And it's just frustrating that you know, and maybe that's why they have that in Fresco now, that ability to do that, because that's kind of more of a painting tool. The problem is all my brushes are in Photoshop, and I can't use them in Fresco. Or can you? Can you use your Photoshop brushes in Fresco? Because I know that they have new brushes and everything, and that's great. But I want to be able to use the ones that, one, I either paid for, or two, that I've come to enjoy. It shouldn't be drawing until you click the end point. Let's try that again. Ken's helping. So left click. Oh, I see. And then he's clicking there. Okay. All right. So, okay, that makes sense. But I need to remap. Oh. I need to remap it then. You don't click and hold. Okay, thanks, Kent. Appreciate it. That was a good find. It's funny because I think, gosh, I'm having like a memory of that one point. And I'm wondering what that's all about. I must have figured it out way back when. The problem is I'm using the buttons on my my stylus to control the size of my brush, which I'm experimenting with. I've kind of done different things. I've had undo, I've had click, I've had that. But can't you, a lot of really great help on different things. I think you're the one who actually showed us the fill ability here with the feather, which I think is akin to move. Okay, we're getting really close to can't fill move here. So now that we have everything, pretty much filled in, what we're going to do is come in with the magic wand tool, select the, oh, it's doing it again. I ran into this problem the other day. Maybe since you're on Kent, you'll know why. Why is it now selecting outside of that? Yeah, I appreciate the help. So do you see how, is that because there is a gap? Is there a gap somewhere? Oh, maybe that's because there's a gap right here. Maybe that's what it is. Let's try that again. Go for the fill. There we go. All right, so there's a gap. All right, so then here's the can't move. Go to select, modify, expand, and then just even 2 pixels is enough. So it expands it into the fill that's already there. It's expanding it by a couple pixels into that pink. And then I'm just going to do Alt backspace, boom, into fill. And then now we don't have any of that jaggedies. I mean, obviously there's going to be some things that weren't totally filled in, but that wasn't proper. So thanks to the can't move there. These are, I can actually just do with my brush since they're so small. But it's the reason why you want to keep things as open as possible, because then with the can't fill you can just we don't have to, it just saves time. It's great. Okay, so now we have, so let's go ahead and get then his scabbard. So we're actually just going to use the stylus here. What's hard is that I can't choose exactly. I can't move it after I've done it though, can I? After I click, it's done. I can't move that and get it just the right spot. Why? Well, I know it's not necessarily your process, but you're the one who told me, so we're gonna call it the can't move. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and get things. I need to look at the overall color of this guy. Yeah. So we're actually going to kind of go with, this one has a little bit more flamboyant colors. We're going to lock the pixels. We're actually going to go with purple. Bring down the saturation just a little bit. And we're going to start in getting some texture going here. Now what's nice about this is I can come in with kind of a flesh color. And well, that's right, I need to go. I can kind of start to work in these flesh colors. But keeping that base color kind of as an underpainting helps. It's going to help unify the piece. One of the things that can happen with digital work is that you tend to, it's really easy to kind of end up with like a paint by numbers feeling at the end, and we don't want that. So this kind of ends up being a little bit more of like a watercolor approach, but yet I'm slowly building up with layers. It's kind of a watercolor slash almost like a gouache approach. So we are going to go with more of a black hat. And we're going to kind of bring a little bit of the saturation out. I know that we had talked before about my issues with oversaturation, and so controlling that and trying to build up the saturation into something rather than having it be so in your face right away is an area that I'm working on. We are going to go with sorry, just got a phone call there. Go with the black hair. I think I'm going to keep his robe that color. So one of the things that's really easy to do is to get caught up in trying to get details right now. Right now, we're really trying to just lay down some basic colors. And Hem is here. Welcome. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, still trying to work kind of back to front. Trying to decide what color I want his armor to be. See how that the underpainting, that purple there is pulling through? It's because I'm painting transparently over it. It's automatically unifying the colors for me. Because that can be such an issue. Where you get that kind of paint by numbers feeling, which is what we don't want that. So we do have a little bit of a gap here that I probably should have not filled in. So I'm going to take off the fill pixel, and we're just going to come in and remove that. And I am using a mask. Boom, so now it's gone. All right, we're going to go back and go back to lock pixels. Something really fun about the colors on this guy. But this does allow for really, really quick what's the word? Changes or laying down of the colors in a way that's fast. Oh, Syed's here. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Bard class is approved. Excellent. I don't know when this happened, but oh my goodness, that's still going on. Maybe Ken would know why that's happening. So, all right. So now we have the local colors established. And then we'll be able to come in and actually get more of I'm actually going to go a little bit more of like a silvery look on that. But okay, you see how we quickly put down some colors, and now we have a unified color palette simply because of how we placed it. So it's one of the things like you'd find like in an old master painting where they would do an underpainting, typically in like a raw umber, a burnt umber, a brown of some sort, and that color comes through the painting in various intensities and helps you unify it, and that's beautiful. Kent stepped away from the desk to get some tea. I was just, every once in a while, so there's two things that's happening. I'm drawing and I'm trying to color pick. And while I'm doing that, it just does a stamp boom of my brush in a full opacity thing. And then I'm just not able to choose colors very well. Sometimes it doesn't pick it. I have to multiply tap it. I don't really know what's going on. Clever says, yeah, it's really fast from a single color. And that's what's actually beautiful about it, is that you can, once you get your flats in, I'm able to, and that's why it's so important to do the flat, because if you have the flat down, then you can apply the color more quickly and you're not having to work around trying to stay within the confines of the character, and do it, just it ends up being faster. So take the time to do the flats, lock that layer, and you'll be good to go. So Kent, if you're on next time and it does it, I will let you know. I'll be like, it's happening right now. So hey, I'm gonna step away now. I'm gonna be done for the stream for today. We're gonna try to do about an hour stream. We did about an hour and 15 here today, but really fun to paint with all of you. Thanks so much for being a part of the stream today. I'm going to continue to work on this throughout the week. We have two other characters that need to have colors at least started on them. So got a lot more to do, and we're hoping to get this done in 2 weeks. So thanks a lot for being here, for being part of the stream. Remember that you are valuable and you're a lot more creative than you give yourself credit for. So remember to join the Discord. That's the Discord right above here, this link. We got a bunch of artists we're slowly building this community of artists and art appreciators who can talk about art, share their work. It's kind of a nice way when we're not streaming to connect to. We are going to be doing some live critiques and chats in there as well, where we get to chat all together. Also, I'm on YouTube. I'm starting a YouTube channel, and so if you are around the YouTube world, it'd be great if you could get on there and check out what I'm working on, because I've got some things that may be helpful and encouragement to you as an artist specifically. I'm also on Instagram and on Patreon. If you'd like to support the stream here today, you can do so on Patreon, just even for a couple bucks a month. So thanks a lot so much for being a part of this here today. Wish you guys the best, and we'll see you on the next stream. Thanks a lot, everybody, and take care.